Hello, Summoners, and welcome to another episode of Phaeology, the study of Fire Emblem heroes. My name is Joel, and we're here to talk about Hall of Forms unit. But Jackal and I have a special guest. Someone who knows far more than either of us and is a Summoner Duels master. DTM, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Joel. Thank you so much for having me. Super excited to be on this dating game video show. And for those who don't know, I mainly do Ether Raids content and super excited to be here and look at these formas.
And he does an amazing job at the Ether Raids content. I always enjoy catching his videos. I just like seeing Fallen Edelgard. I may be in the minority there, but
you're one of the first.
I love that unit, and I know Jackal does as well.
Oh, yeah.
Fallen Edelgard is the best unit. No bias at all.
But the big question, how do you feel about these formas?
It's definitely a very interesting selection, in my opinion. There are two armors, which could be good as near or far safe units, but I'm still very disappointed we did not get Elise as an option. My Cav healer dreams died with this batch.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I wanted a Cav healer so badly.
Yeah, it would have been perfect. You could get so many good premium skills and just like premium staffs too. And it's surprising that we haven't got one yet, honestly.
Have we ever gotten one?
No, I don't think we have.
I don't believe we have either. Jackal, is there any unit on here that just jumps out at you?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, Joel, I don't really remember any of these units particularly well. So, no.
I have a theory that they went hard for the waifus this time.
Apparently.
I don't think that's an out there theory, but
I mean, judging by the thumbnails that you have here, yeah, they definitely did. Hard in the paint on the waifus.
But I wanted to go ahead and get us started here. And I mean, first up, we have Kagero. No, we don't. I do this every time. This is the second time I've done this. The rules for each of the builds. Summoners, we would love for you to submit builds. We do it in the Discord. The link's in the notes below. The rules generally are max merges are +1 unless they're available as a Grail unit or a 3-4 star or in the 3-star pool. Only skills available through the current Hall of Forms, so we don't have any disarm trap type things. And the last thing is the unit can include 3 mythic supports, but no flowers or florets. And the thing was, we had a bunch of summoners who just loved their unit so much that they were throwing on 5 mythic supports. So we had to limit that stuff. But
I stayed out of that chat as much as I could, but I did jump in once or twice and see that you adamantly told people remove the flowers or florets from your unit.
I actually missed one, and I didn't get a chance to change it. So you'll see what I missed shortly. I loved it so much
already.
Let's go ahead. Now we can get to Kagero.
All right. Oh no, it's not Kagero.
Are you just trying to make drama? Like,
yes, of course.
Summoners, there is a Kagero here. I didn't mess up, I swear. Don't listen to Jackal.
Joel,
he tries this all the time.
They can literally see it on the screen right now.
Oh, I know, but the slides I'm showing you aren't necessarily the ones that'll make it into the show. So
yeah,
they know all this.
What?
Joel's gonna mix it up and put Flora here instead.
Why, I can edit, like if I've got a typo or something, until you point it out, and then I have to leave the typo in.
All right.
Which
DTM,
edit in Elise.
You know what the goal is now. Find all the typos.
Exactly.
All right. Let's talk about the real reason you want Kagero on your team, and that's live for honor.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. The best skill in the game, bar none. Better than no follow-up, too.
Wow, strong words.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't have nearly enough badges. I just, that's...
Who does?
I mean, it helps you in the most important mode in the game, Training Tower. So I think it's worth.
Do you guys have a Kagero in your barracks, either of you?
I do not. I don't think I've ever ran into this unit in my entire life.
I did at one point. I think I manualed her because I didn't see the point of keeping her. So
I'm not sure there is one. Even now, I will say this was the hardest unit to build. Let's go ahead and see what they did.
I'm very interested to see what they've done. Okay, I see triple air. That's interesting.
This is one of my favorites by Ding Dong Bronzong, and this is Kagero for maximum healing. And I really, if I would have ordered this properly, I would have let Jackal read off this unit because Breath of Life is his absolute favorite. But I mean, as a support unit, this is just a phenomenal thing here. And 42 res, yeah,
that is a very unique build. I do like the idea of like a healer Kagero. I guess that's one way to get use for her.
Jackal, how do you feel about Kagero?
Well, I did say some things and I forgot that I was muted, so that's nice. But I don't like it at all. So,
why is that?
Well, the unit was already not great, and putting healing on a unit that's only going to be used in a mode that doesn't really use healing, I don't know. Seems kind of...
Summoners, you heard it here first.
Seems kind of suspect to me.
Yeah.
Jackal hates on memes. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Well,
such a killjoy,
You know what it really is? I really hate Breath of Life.
When did that happen?
Right now, this instant.
Jackal has changed. So
Ding Dong,
sad.
you have made me hate Breath of Life. Congratulations.
Is Jackal evolving?
Oh, no.
Is that a thing?
No, that's not what's happening. I just really hate this build because it's so useless. And I'm sorry, Ding Dong. I don't mean that towards you. I mean, the build is fun, but...
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not using my Forma for this. I have all this in my barracks.
Yeah, in terms of like skill value, there's not a lot of premium skills on this. So personally, I wouldn't use the Forma. But like, if I just happen to have this on my barracks, like if you run like, I don't know, Tamari or something, you could make it work as like a safe ball support or something. I don't know. I'm just trying to work with this.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on from this. And DTM, you've got the second build here.
Yeah, so this is Summer Rain by Moon with Ash, Dagger, and Peony for Light Season. With, I think that is Broadleaf Fan, Rally Up, of course, Ruptured Sky, and basically huge attack, stacking in speed. This is a pure speed build. So I'm pretty sure the idea is to just, with the debuffs from the Dagger and the attack speed menace, I think that's how Broadleaf Fan works. You can just have a lot of attacking power, unless I somehow misread what Broadleaf Fan does.
No, that's exactly right. All the debuffs
right,
stack
cool.
on your attack.
Oh yeah,
No.
And so I definitely see this is actually a really cool build, especially combining the menace that is attack at speed with the dagger debuffs. That's basically like -6 to all stats, and so you can get a huge amount of value for Broadleaf Fan.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's perfect synergy with Catch, too, because you are applying penalties to the opponent. So this is actually a really nice build. I really like this.
Well done, Moon. I agree with everything that DTM said and will not say anything better than that. So,
yeah,
there
Joel,
we go.
what about you? What do you think about this build?
It's really good. I don't know if I can say anything past that. I like this. This is, we were worried that Kagero would be useless, and we have found two uses for her. She can heal, and she can kill things with Broadleaf Fan. Jackal, how about this third build? Is the third build going to give us anything?
No. Conquest. I'm so disappointed, Conquest. Why did you do this to me? So we
triple
have
ash. It has to be
have a
good.
triple ash Kagero with Kitty Paddle, Ardent Sacrifice, Bonfire, Close Ward, and for the ultimate memes, Blaze Dance 3 and Breath of Life 6. So apparently this Kagero can get really close really quickly and then just sit in the middle of the field while mages try to attack her. I don't think this is going to be good for anything or anyone, and I hate it. The Kitty Paddle isn't even refined.
Wow.
Does Kitty Paddle have a refine?
It doesn't.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you get a pass on that, Conquest.
Okay, obviously this is a meme build, but I will say that Kitty Paddle is really an interesting inherit here, just because it's the only weapon that's mage effective.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the title. This is meant to be like a mage slayer. So, although if it's a mage slayer, I'm not entirely sure why they have close ward, if considering that Kagero already has 2 range and mages are 2 range. I guess dragons, you gotta deal with those. But yeah.
I mean, it still goes attack res +5, right? Or is that only if it activates?
That is such a good question. I've never even thought of if close ward actually works when you're going up against a
Honestly, I forgot
it's
close
range.
ward existed in the game, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, it's just initiates combat, I think. If foe initiates combat, you get the +5. So I guess
if magic staff or dragon stone foe initiates combat, unit can counterattack regardless of foe's range. Disables foe's skills that calculate damage using lower of defense or res. Grants attack res +5 to unit during combat. So
yeah, it does work actually. So I guess mage tank would be the better word to describe this. With that amazing 27 res.
So I thought it would be nice to get the spring Kagero out of the way, just because we've got the fun memes. Let's go ahead and move on from here and talk about coming up slowly.
Conquest, I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, Camilla. I mean, I think maybe this is your favorite unit. So, and she does apparently apply tanning oil to protect her skin, or at least that's the description that they give.
Why doesn't she have a weapon equipped in this slide?
I used the
Juicy
base
Wave
kit. Yeah, I used the base kit off of Esquero's unit builder. And it just didn't pop up a weapon for that. So I guess it didn't do Juicy Wave for us.
All right.
Yeah, I will say, I actually in the past did want a Summer Camilla just for Juicy Wave for my Spring Lucina, but I think there are better options now. Well, Juicy Waves is still very, very powerful, but yeah.
It's powerful and it looks cool.
Exactly. The perfect combination.
But unfortunately, you can't inherit it. So, I mean, that's... But, I mean, she's got an interesting stat line. Can't inherit it from a Forma.
Oh, yeah, right.
But she's got an interesting stat line. Let's see what they do with it, because I'm a little curious here.
I don't know that Juicy Wave is really all that it's cracked up to be.
All right. Conquest cannot be blamed for this title. I had seen Fury Desperation so much that I thought I would save energy and create a portmanteau with just Furation. But this is taking that to the extreme. Spooky Sensor, Fury 4. How much is she losing per hit? Like, that's a lot.
14?
Yeah. I mean, at least you can get into long range because of that. So I guess maybe you can like smite her in and do some damage as like a wombat. But
So it's Cam Force.
Cam Force can work, I think, if you're really dedicated.
You can take 4. You can hit 4 times before you're at 1 health.
The neat thing though, none of these skills are HP based, so you still have the same stats, and you'll hit twice as long as
Right.
Geez, with 57 speed, you're gonna probably outspeed the opponent. And I mean Freya Uller, so 2+ speeds and 1+ attack.
Yeah,
definitely getting those mythic buffs.
I will say that I saw a Corrin Ninjoran in Arena today with like 58 speed. So,
Jeez,
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
the speed creep is real.
Yeah.
Well, this would still double that though, because you got Blade Session, which gives you 9.
That's
and
true.
Rain gives you 4.
that's true.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what other skills she had, but it's close, if nothing else.
Does after one combat, does she enter into desperation range? How much recoil doing again?
14.
14?
It's like 44.
Very close.
What
with
is
the
desperate?
70
Isn't
speed.
desperation 50 or is it 75?
75%.
Yeah, just about, because 14 goes
Okay.
into 56 4 times with 1 left over. So, yeah. Maybe not quite. It may be like 75 point.
I think it's just
One or
like
something.
1 HP.
Yeah. So
And that's really interesting. So they've used mangoes on this unit. I will say that they probably would have been better off leaving off the merge and keeping an HP Bane,
yeah.
and that would have got him there.
No, I really like the idea though.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and move on. And DTM, what do you think about this middle build?
Well, this middle build has triple mythic with Ashera, Reagan, and Plumeria for Astra season, and this is definitely a very a speedy offensive build with attack speed, catch 4, SR far trape, speed res rain 3, and I guess drive attack 2 to support her allies, which it's an interesting steel choice to say the least. I think if I had to change one thing, is that I would change Blue Flame to Ruptured Sky, and then I don't know, maybe put Blade Session as the seal. But again, for a Forma, that doesn't really matter in terms of Hall of Forms. But no, this is definitely a very offensive build that I quite like actually. What does Flora Guy do again? I forgot.
Inflict speed res -5 on foes within 2 spaces during combat.
Oh yeah, in that case, yeah, definitely going hard in the attack and speed effective.
Yeah, I'm with you. I will say the drive attack 2, what they said was it was basically you could put anything there, and there's a number of things you could do. But I'm 100% with you on the Blue Flame. Ruptured Sky, this build is not really one that you're going to be taking hits with, I don't think.
Oh
At
no,
least
definitely not.
You're not taking very many hits, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any scenario where you would want to run Blue Flame over Ruptured Sky. Blue Flame is just not that good of a special, despite its high score and low cooldown. In my opinion, anyways.
I like it for tanks, particularly far save tanks, and that's about it. But yeah, Jackal, what do you think about this third build?
Well, I love the name. Who wrote the She's on Bonfire name? Was that Gabe?
I
or
did
was that
actually.
you?
That was brilliant.
That was me.
Well done, Joel. All right, so we've got Altina, Naga, and Thor on Astra? Question mark?
Astra, yeah.
Jackal.
Cool. Well, look, I've got 100 of these blessings. I just don't remember the names. So, now this one does have 15 flowers. Is this the mess up?
Oh.
I guess this is one of 2 mess ups. So
dang it, Joel.
Joel.
The really sad thing here is he updated this because I asked him to, and I thought I got it in there, but apparently I didn't. So he actually did have the updated with no flower build.
Oh, okay. So Spider Plush, Reposition, Bonfire, Close Foil, Attack Speed, Far Trace, Attack Res Menace, and Iota Shield. For those of you that don't remember, Spider Plush is if foe initiates combat or if HP is above 75% at the start of combat, grants attack +5 to unit, inflicts attack -5 on foe, and inflicts special cooldown charge on foe during combat. Interesting. I mean, the build I think is pretty good. It's really hard to know exactly how well this does, but she's really beefy. I mean, 44 defense.
Oh yeah,
that is stout. And with close foil and attack speed, the attack res menace is a little odd to me since you're defense stacking, but I don't know.
I mean, I think it makes sense to apply debuffs on the enemy.
You're right. Yeah. What am I thinking? Yes, of course you're right. Yeah, I like the build a lot. Bonfire is a 3 cooldown special, right?
Well, but remember Thor is there, so you're getting.
Oh, right.
You're getting cooldown acceleration.
And maybe you're doing something with. Oh no, you can't do infantry pulse because she's not infantry.
Yeah. I think this would have been better if there was like a slaying effect on the weapon. And
definitely.
Therefore, you could just have instant bonfires on retaliation with Thor.
Is there a slaying tome?
Is there?
I don't even remember.
I don't. Oh God, you guys asked that, and I actually don't know. If this was a Failionaire question, I would be out now.
All right, Swiftsy. Get on it, buddy.
I want to say I don't think so because I probably would have seen a lot more if it did exist, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
But it's such an interesting idea. I mean, basically you're trying to build a flying Edelgard. So with the whole bonfire retaliation thing.
I'd say she has a way to go to get to Edelgard.
Oh yeah!
Wow.
I mean, Hegemon Camilla when?
I'd be so down for that, actually. Just make Hegemon a new seasonal theme. I'd be down for it.
Wow. Can you imagine a unit like Fallen Edelgard every year?
No, it'd be 4 of them. I kind of love this idea though. Okay, summoners in the comments, what unit would you like to see in a Hegemon form? I would love to know. This is a fascinating idea that I had not even considered until DTM said something. Wow. Okay, now I didn't do this with the last unit, but I will ask you guys, DTM, which one of these is your favorite?
Personally, I actually really like the Fury Desperation build, the one on the left. I think there's a lot of good synergy with that. And I mean, the Desperation effect is still really good. And having that after just one combat, I think is a very strong choice, in my opinion. I mean, the middle one I'd say is a very close second, but there's certain aspects to it that I think are not my cup of tea, I guess. So I think the first one just has a lot of good synergy, in my opinion.
Jackal, what are you feeling?
I like She's on Bonfire, partially because of the name, but I really like the build overall. And actually, Summer Rain is my close second. So
I guess that evens out.
Yeah. I do not see magical stars like DTM does with the Foration build. I am not quite as good with those kinds of plays, but I can like see that it exists, but I can't actually see it in my mind. So I'm having trouble really nailing that one down. But I really like she's on Bonfire. I think that's pretty cool.
I like the Foration build. I mean, if you're doing a Forma for this, obviously you'd get like a trace skill.
Right.
Like Desperation you can inherit some of the time. But I mean, I think that's obvious here that they weren't going to keep Desperation. Like whatever came, they were going to get that. So.
Right.
But all right, let's move on from here.
Real quick, Swiftsea says that there are slaying tomes, but none of them are inheritable. So.
Oh yes, Right. Okay, we need to stop and talk about something here. If a Forma is your favorite unit, then by all means, go get that Forma. But in general, you probably want to be aiming for ones that have these preference tomes, because especially for these haven't got refines yet. I'm talking about Felicia and Flora in just a second. And when they do, I have a feeling the value of these units is going to go way up. But one of the nice things about this unit is it already comes with Special Fighter. Beast effective weapons are very interesting, especially as we see more beasts. We've already got a cow. Maybe we get a horse next time. I never know.
I mean,
we do have a chicken, but that's a dragon. So.
Yeah,
right.
Also not a beast though. So
not a beast. No.
Unfortunately.
But let's go ahead and move on into the builds here. And I am with DTM. These are the most interesting because I feel like near save and far save is so valuable. And you can see we love some hardy fighter apparently in these builds. First up, we've got hardy meal. Oh, because hardy fighter and she cooks. Okay. I got it.
And her weapon and her weapon is a fish.
And her weapon is a fish. All right.
Wow.
Perfect.
I'm slow today. That's
so I'm assuming that X-Chan came up with the name?
Someone did. I read it in the chat and I put it in there. It's probably X-Chan. I haven't been sleeping a lot because I've been trying to keep the kid from discovering any more of his Christmas presents.
Right. Well, whoever did it, well done. That is a good name.
But we've got I like this build a lot. I think you're keeping her preference weapon, so you grab whatever axe is your favorite. Victor Fish is such a good meme, 100%. I love the hardy fighter skill in general. I think it's a lot of fun. I would not put this unit on offense. I probably would have this unit on defense.
Oh yeah.
But that being said, attack speed unity, fantastic skill.
Oh my
hardy fighter.
Goodness, that is so much speed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
wow.
I think like effective for like 56 or something.
Yeah, it's
around
close to that
scenario. Yeah.
She's cooking.
Oh yeah.
That was good, Joel.
I totally did that on purpose. That wasn't an accidental thing. I am that clever.
Oh yeah, you are, buddy. We believe you. Wink.
Jackal, how do you feel about this?
I like it a lot. I don't remember what Hardy Fighter does. Victor Fish is pretty great. I'm gonna look
Hardy Fighter essentially like applies the bonus damage reduction twice and pre-charges it as well.
Oh man, that is so good. Wow.
Yeah, but very good to allow like these units to survive.
And it's Kachin.
Oh yes.
Wow, yeah, this is great. I like this build a lot. And then with Victor Fish, you're gonna like stack a whole bunch of defense right on top of that. Oh man, that is incredible.
Yes, she definitely has a lot of stats right now.
I love it. I think it's great.
It's like the Ascendant Fjorm we have at home.
Yeah.
That is the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah, this is the near save Ascended Fjord.
Almost. Does it have NCD?
Oh, the most important skill there. DTM, how you feel about this middle unit?
Using Felicia as a far save unit is definitely very interesting. But I guess with distant pressure, it will allow her to counterattack. But I'm personally not a huge fan of distant pressure just because of the recoil damage.
Yeah.
I think for like 99% of tanks, like just plain old distant counter would be a lot better. So, I mean, sure, there's the mitigation of the healing from Mystic Boost, but
wait. I just thought of something. Distant counter is a prerequisite for distant pressure, right?
Right.
So you're getting it when you get distant pressure. You're also getting distant counter.
No way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, DTM. I'm slow. I'm catching up now.
DTM is like, yeah, Joel, obviously. Stupid.
No.
That's what I was implying. I'm amazed you didn't get it already.
No. But no. Anyways, yeah. Even though you are mitigating the recoil with the Mystic Boost, like I would personally would rather have the extra healing of Mystic Boost than just having like 0 healing because of distant pressure. So that's so I don't know if like you just have distant pressure because, you know, it's a Forma option. You might as well have it because distant counter is a prerequisite. But yeah, those are just my general thoughts on, and it's sort of evolved into a rant on distant pressure, but that's basically my thoughts on the middle unit, I'd have to say.
I don't have much to add to that. Like I agree. I think this is neat, but I am so down on distant pressure. I just don't get it. The number one job of your tank is to stay alive, and that doesn't help you stay alive. So
not at all.
What was the other skill that just came out that is distant pressure but better?
It was oh shoot, what was that? Oh, it was distance stance or something like that.
Yes, it was on Legendary Chicken.
Yeah, the chicken. I remember that.
Distant stance. You're right. Yeah, and that gave no recoil and gave you res +5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is like just a straight up upgrade to distant counter.
I don't understand why they did distant pressure, and then like a month later came out with distant stance. It's really weird to me. I almost feel like they should remove the damage from distant pressure.
Well, that'll be the next one. Distant pressure.
Yeah. Distant pressure 7.
Yeah.
We took the damage off finally. Yeah.
I got that wrong. Distant stance is available in this batch.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you would get distant stance over pressure.
I would.
Yeah, I mean,
I personally would.
You said you would, DTM?
Yeah, I personally would too. I mean, the extra speed is nice, and I get what they're going for, but honestly, the recoil is such a huge deal breaker for me.
Yeah, and I mean, 48 speed is nothing to sneeze at. A lot of units are not going to be able to beat that, especially
with PNE support.
What's that?
Especially with PNE support.
I think 48 is enough. Anyway,
Jackal, how do you feel about this last unit?
Note Triandra and Sothis supported in Dark Season. See, I knew that one, Joel. Base weapon, Rally Defense Res Plus, Ruptured Sky, Mirror Stance 3. I like that. Slick Fighters, pretty cool. And then AR Near Save and Attack Res Form. Slick Fighter neutralizes penalties and makes a guaranteed follow-up. That's pretty good. And then with Mirror Stance, I mean, this is like a dragon counter unit, right?
I think it counter. I get actually, yeah. since it's a near save, the only res hitting close counter is dragons.
Yeah, that's kind of weird to me because the base kit weapon, Eldrimnir, is beast effective, right? So I think I would probably do the opposite of mirror stance. What is that one?
Sturdy stance?
Sturdy stance, yeah.
Yeah, sturdy stance.
And then AD near save instead of AR near save. That just makes more sense to me.
I'm sorry. I knew there had to be a reason. I had to go look up time. If units res is greater than foes res, reduces foes attack and speed by 50% of the difference between the stats.
Okay.
And then, now keep in mind, this also means that distance stance on this middle unit would be that much bigger of a deal.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so I flipped. I'm the other way around. I love it. All right, I'm back in.
You're just mad at Ding Dong Bronzong for that Breath of Life build.
Well, I mean, Ding Dong, you're back in the good graces, my friend. You've redeemed yourself for that garbage Breath of Life nonsense.
All right, DTM, as the guest, if you're picking your favorite, which one is it?
I mean, personally, I really like the first build.
Yeah.
Like, just stacking all that speed, a hardy fighter with Escutcheon. Obviously, when you're building the Forma, you're not going to get that. You're probably going to get, like, Ruptured Sky. But I just really like the speed stacking. I think it would be a really hard unit to take out. And a very good near saver, especially once the Refine comes in as well. I think that would be my favorite, the first one.
I agree.
I'm with you. I'm with you again. I think I've agreed with everything you've said so far, which doesn't make for very interesting listening, but that's okay. They're great opinions. But I think
minds think alike.
Yeah, I think we're all three digging on the hearty meal.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
honestly, I like all three of these. And as long as you can build some semblance of this unit, like anything that this unit has, anything on this slide is great, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is a good unit. In general, I like this, but we need to move on. Let's go to Flora. All right. I always have to remember what this preference weapon is. So we've got effective against beasts again, attack +3. And the same thing, if units res is greater than foes res. Okay, so this is the same thing that we're talking about with the other one.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also inflicts dagger 7.
Yes.
Right.
Did you see
Which
that?
will actually help which will actually help her on whatever hit she has afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see how I used the and also there, Joel? DTM, I really hate the way that intelligence systems use and also.
Well, you're not the only one.
Yeah,
for sure.
It sucks. Anyway,
There have been many rants. Yeah.
on many episodes. Yes, indeed.
Let's get to the build though. All right. So first up, we have this is this was named by Hunley, and he said this was totally unique and it's never been done before, and he's the first one to do it. Obviously,
Right.
being sarcastic.
That's exit out.
I mean, it's simple, but I like this. I mean, this is your dark far save unit. I mean, Mirror Stance, Slick Fighter negates debuffs, which you get a lot of in Dark Season, just because so many Tamari heirs run around.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's simple. They're stacking res so that they get at least that 8 damage. It's a good build though. I mean, I can't argue with this, and they've used their flowers to up the res even more at 41.
They're mangoes.
Mangoes, yeah, that's what I meant. Mangoes. Jackal, how you feeling about this?
This is pretty good. I mean, this is exactly what we just saw on The other one.
Felicia?
No, it isn't,
Felicia.
because this is totally unique and it's never been done before.
Right, I did see that. But this is yeah, all right. It's all right. It's the same as the other one. It's good. I don't really have anything else to say about it.
DTM, why don't you go ahead and take us to the middle build? Because I think we've talked enough about this first one. We know what it does. Like there's
Right.
no question.
Exactly. So yeah, the second one, Jafar is gone. Very interesting. I'll
pause you there. And their far save tank for their dark season is Jafar.
Winter Jafar. Yeah,
And
I figured.
As a fellow Jafar user, he has been aging. They're looking desperately for a replacement, and this is it.
I mean, I definitely felt that with some of the recent AR videos I've seen from several content creators. But yeah, this build, Courtly fan, pretty standard with the damage reduction. ARD attack speed, I like that. Stacking speed is pretty good in an era of like wind sweep. But although they do have wind sweep on the B, which is very interesting for a far save unit. I personally would prefer a fighter skill on the B, since like assuming this is ARD, since it's supported by Natrianger and Bramimond, they don't really have a lot of mobility unless it's a Katria ball. But even still, I think I just think a fighter skill would be probably more consistent in my opinion. But no, I definitely see what they're going for here, and this is definitely a potent option. Yeah, that's basically my opinion on that.
This was my mistake too, and you're actually not allowed to have ARD skills on here. But I just absolutely fell in love with this. And my far save unit on defense always ends up attacking somebody. Like that is just it's the way it is. And putting that wind sweep on there is such an interesting thing to do. And I'm not sure, like the color kind of makes it weird because a lot of the times who you're trying to wind sweep against, I mean, you're talking about Vector,
right?
Which, I mean, being red, she's not going to do very well against. And I'm not sure how well she would do against Fallen Edelgard. My guess is not very well, but maybe that changes when you have if you use her preference weapon. But
I will say, as a Fallen Edelgard user, Picnic Flora is not a Fallen Edelgard counter by any means. Trust me, she's tried. Yeah, I definitely.
I think it's neat.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's definitely neat. I guess since I don't have Bridal Katria, I don't really know how like a lot of these like save Katria teams like perform in action. But yeah, that's just my initial impressions.
Did you catch the video I had where my Henriette quadded Gustav and killed him?
I did not, but that
it was the
hilarious.
most amazing thing I've ever seen. It made me so happy. Yeah, and it's Quadriette. It was amazing.
It's a base kit Henriette DTM.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
I had no idea that was even possible. It was incredible. But anyway, that's so on a Katria ball, she would actually perform pretty nicely. And the problem is she can't quad though with wind sweep. Like it would still just be 2 hits.
Right. And
I still love the idea though. That's
true. Yeah, so do I.
Particularly though, you're talking about doing a fighter skill. For me, I would do a fighter skill, and then if you wanted to add wind sweep on later, you could do that. We've seen that they want to make sure we get the point of their build. So
yeah,
right.
All right, let's move on to the last one because this is the best one of the 3. And here's why: Fortress Defense Res 3 is one of the best skills in the game. Particularly when you can get up to 46 defense and 49 resistance. That is just chef's kiss. Fantastic. But Mirabella, Sirius, and Oats are supported in Anima season with Dusk Uchiwa. I don't remember what that does. I haven't pulled it up.
It's effective against calves.
Okay. So the horse player makes sense now.
It's not horse player.
Slayer.
It's supposed to be horse slayer.
Oh no, it says
autocorrect-
horse player.
Autocorrect got me. I'm sorry, Moon. Please don't kick me out of the server again.
Moon, I love the horse player build. I'm in love. So then we have Crafty. Oh no, we can't edit that out anymore. I've said it and made it law. Crafty Fighter, AR Far Save, and Deflect Magic. Deflect Magic is fascinating here as a Far Save unit. Gosh, I am just in love with this whole build. I love it, Moon. You did an incredible job. And if I were forming a unit, it very well could be this one. This is a cool build.
I don't know that we can follow that up.
Yeah, that was a huge, glowing review. What makes you say Fortress Def Res 3 is the best skill? Curious.
I just really like thick units, man. My favorite unit is a unit that I can just plunk with.
Jackal.
Did I use that right?
You used it correctly.
I did it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just really like
Summoners. Jackal is evolving.
Defensive
Proof
resistance.
right here. He is evolving.
I just think that it's really cool, and being able to. So my first ever build, and this, I mean, we can't go too much longer, but my first ever plus 10 unit was a Lucas that had just insane amounts of defense, but like no resistance, and he could withstand any physical attack. It didn't matter what it was, but when it came to any kind of magic user, that dude was dead. So I just really like thick defensive stats, and then a lot of HP on top of it. It just makes me happy every time. So.
Okay, I'm gonna push us here because we need to wrap things up. So DTM, favorite unit on this board here.
Oh man, that's really difficult. But I think if I had to choose one, I think I'd go with the totally unique build.
Oh, that's unfortunate that you didn't pick the horse player.
I mean, I think the horse player is really good. I just think that bracing stance and maybe a different B would be probably a better option, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I think I'd have to go with a totally unique because I have totally unique opinions about units.
Nice. That was good.
Jackal, do we have to ask why your favorite unit is horse player?
My favorite unit on this slide is Jafar's Gone.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
they didn't follow any of the rules. We're not going to have wind sweep. We're not going to have ARD. Anyway, I'm just kidding. No, the horse player is obviously the best unit on this slide. Next.
I like Jafar is Gone. Honest to God, I love this build. I think this is really unique, and I think it'll catch people off guard. The Courtly fan makes you survive in the enemy phase, and I mean you get that extra 8 damage, and the wind sweep effect isn't there. So hopefully your speed is enough to where you double whatever's hitting you. But I'm a big fan of this Jafar is Gone build, so I'll go against the grain here, even though you guys keep making fun.
I mean, I think this is the first time we picked all different units. So
it is. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's time to wrap us up, and we need to look at every unit on the board. DTM, you are the guest. So if you're picking, which one is your favorite here?
Oh man, that's a really tough choice because, like, if it wasn't for the fact that I desperately need another Far Save unit other than Henriette, I probably would have picked probably Camilla just because of the fact that I really love like player phase strats in AR, but given the fact that I'm in desperate needs of an AR far save unit, I'd probably pick the first Flora one because I need more options for that.
Now, it is interesting because then you'd have 2 red far save units.
Yeah. Not exactly the most ideal situation, but I mean, you make do like what you make do, I guess, and hope that I get pity broken by Ascended Fjorm at one point, I guess.
Now, you could go with the Felicia with Distant Pressure and Far Save. and just get Distant Stance instead. I mean, that's a pretty good build.
That's true. I think I personally would have liked the A slot open for like an additional effect personally, and yeah, I think that's just my main reason why I would choose Flora over Felicia.
That's fair.
Other than the fact that I already have Felicia.
Yeah.
All right, Jackal.
Man, that last Flora build, the horse player, it's got to be my favorite unit on this banner. The only other one I would consider right now is the third Felicia build that I talked about with Mirror Stance and Slick Fighter and Near Save. But I already have a Gustav. I don't know that I really need another Axe Near Save unit. And I have Sophia? No, it's Ilyena. I have the Ilyena from a couple of months ago, the Forma from a couple of months ago. So I've got a blue. I wouldn't mind having a red, and I've got Fjorm as my green. So I would be totally covered on colors.
This is bizarre, because my pick is Jafar is gone, and so we all 3 picked different Flora builds
as our favorite unit.
As our favorites.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. All right. Well, I summoners, you heard it here first. I really do. Even looking at this, I think Flora is probably the best unit on here. I keep hearing comparisons that she's not as good as Henriette. I think she's just different. So I keep that in mind. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. DTM, what have you got coming?
So wait, for me, like my content is.
Yeah. Tell the summoners.
The Ether Rates content is still continuing, even though Legendary Edelgard bonus season is very suffer due to the extra HP. But super excited for that. And personally, I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers before the end of the year and tap it off with a celebration with Summoners Duels. And so, yeah, very excited about that.
And you're really close. Like it's
so close. I think I need like 40-ish more.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it will just cap off an amazing year. And I'm so thankful for everyone that has supported me. And thank you two for having me on this. This was such a fun experience.
We're so glad to have you. Summoners, his content is amazing. If you haven't already seen it, go there immediately. Give it a like and subscribe. We love having you on the show. This is the second time now, and I thought about doing something mean to you since you kicked my butt so hard in Summoners Duels, but I just couldn't. Wow. But anyway, I'm going to close this out there. I thank you guys all for listening. Have a great day, and schedule an appointment with your phaologist real soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.